Most popular VTuber from each country, part 1. Interesting. This one is by Moomy Geekpoid. With only 869 subscribers. Nice. I'm gonna make it 70. I'm sorry.
My first idea was to make a video about 10 most famous VTubers, but
Okay.
it would appear to be just a list that you can find anywhere else in 10 seconds. So I decided to add one more addition and speak about most famous VTubers from different countries.
That
Let's
is
start with the
a
countries
lot of
that
people
has the
does
biggest
make those
number of
videos.
VTubers and their fans. Of course, it's Japan.
Ooh.
Even if you take a look just at Holo Life, you'll see that all of them have millions of followers. And the biggest in count and probably the most popular of them is Marin. The reason for her popularity is quite obvious. Everybody likes her. She is successful both as idol and gamer, and all of her videos and lives get attention from her fans.
Marine has Marine almost has everything.
Uh.
Marine has humor. She makes good music. She put a lot of effort and money into into her music videos. She is just like the top tier of entertainer. That is like period.
How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. Oh, very good. Okay. And you. Oh, I am fine too. Thank
That was
you. Yes, honey. Yeah.
Japan also has the most famous male VTuber in the world, Kazuha. Such a simple name, not a very special model, but 2 million subscribers on YouTube and very solid views on his lives, shorts and videos may surprise some people who don't know much about him. And
I don't,
take into
actually.
account that both of them target only Japanese as their main audience, which in some way makes those achievements even bigger. There are many
interesting.
more
What
VTubers.
what is about Kazuha that made so Kazuha? Is that his name? Kazuha. Okay. What is about him that made him so famous? Interesting. I'm going to check him out. I'm going to check him out later. Off screen.
Their main audience, which in some way makes those achievements even bigger. There are many more VTubers in Japan, and many of them are very famous. I'll include Shigure as an honorable mention. She is an independent VTuber with more than 2 million followers.
She's
mostly for her
independent?
music, but she also has very
Whoa.
decent views on her lives. And my
didn't know.
favorite, Sakura Miko. She is a genius in some way. I really love her personality and creativity, which makes it so surprising for me that she is so far from Marin, with 2,400,000 subscribers. Although Japan is the origin of VTubers and made the biggest cultural influence, there is another country that has even more famous VTubers. I guess the best example here is Filian. She is the most famous indie VTuber, and you can easily see the difference here from Japanese VTubers. Filian is not an idol and not a gamer.
I
She
love
is-
Filian.
Well, that's complicated.
Her humor is just over the top, you know.
Smart. I don't know you well enough. That's crazy.
It is difficult to pick up the right words and even a bit risky, so I'll leave it to people in the comments. But I'll mention here that she is a 3D VTuber with full body tracking, and she has more than 3 million of subscribers on Twitch. And yes, I think it's nice to mention here that she is hosting, and correct me if I'm wrong, founded the VTuber Awards show on YouTube, which can be considered one or maybe the only one of her serious approach shows.
Congratulations to all of these VTubers. Our show is all about spotlighting all of VTubing.
Filian is definitely
She's the
popular,
host?
but getting back to Holo Life, their most famous talent was American as well. Guru reached 4,740,000 subscribers, which is the biggest number so far. I can easily say that Guru was the face of English VTubing since the very beginning till her graduation.
Hi, hello, thank you, hello.
I bet that even many people who don't watch VTubers know or at least heard about Gura in some way. Her debut was, or rather became, iconic. She also might be one of the reasons for fish-inspired VTuber design being so popular. We will see some of them in this video and a very famous German sea creature in the second part.
Oh.
Yeah, you've got those like smelly spirals around you.
I'm stinky now. Do you smell me?
Here. Yeah,
Because you didn't wash your hoodie. You need to wash your hoodie, girl.
What else can I say about Gura? Comparing her to other VTubers, especially of more modern generations, her model was quite simple in some ways, but it became iconic and very recognizable, which mainly happened due to her personality. Gura's silliness is very different from Filian's, but I guess it was something like a special power of hers, creating some funny stories and situations out of nothing. Unfortunately, since her graduation, her subscribers count is slowly going down.
Gura is more like the type of VTuber that is suitable for everyone. She has the E rating for the US and the U rating for Malaysia. While Filian, on the other hand, well, she can sometimes be overwhelming. And that's that. I'm gonna put it at that. She can sometimes sometimes be very overwhelming.
This way she'll remain #1 for a very long time. The closest to her is Holo Life, and even for her it won't be that easy of a challenge to get the first spot. As you may know, I was good as fan myself, but I have one more American VTuber that definitely deserves to be in today's video. I'm speaking about Iron Mouse. Although she has nice followers,
yeah,
I think
okay.
without any doubt, I can say that she has the biggest number of achievements among VTubers. She won the Content Creator of the Year award in 2023 and became the first VTuber in this category. And she managed
Give
to
me a second. I need to fact check something, alright? What the fuck? What happened to Google? Is Puerto Rico a country? Puerto Rico is a territory, a self-governing Caribbean archipelago and island organized in an unincorporated territory of the United States. Oh, sorry, of the United States. So is Puerto Rico part of the US of A? The reason I'm checking this is because Iron Mouse is from Puerto Rico. If you don't know yet, she's like the most popular VTuber in Twitch. On Twitch, Puerto Rico remains a territory of the United States. Okay, that answered all of my questions. Thank you.
Surprised Casey Nat in number of active viewers and set the new record. Just for comparison, right now Casey Nat has almost 20 million of followers, so competing with him was definitely not an easy task.
Iron Mouse singing is so amazing.
And of course I want to mention that charity is a big part of her streaming, and she is known for her help to people with immune deficiency. As for Iron Mouse's activity, she mostly streams on Twitch and has all kinds of content. Gaming, speaking, and even having crazy singing skills. So she is definitely a very talented person that deserves to be one of the most famous VTubers. Now, when I already use the biggest countries in VTubing, let's step aside to a small European country, Hungary.
Okay.
Their most famous VTuber is
Hungary.
with 270k on Twitch and pretty same numbers on YouTube, which is odd, because most VTubers have much more followers on one of the platforms. Those results might not seem that big, but honestly, it's a very decent count. She has many fans and it's quite easy to recognize her. Her model, which is a space cat girl with tentacles, might sound basic, but it looks good and original, and she earns additional points for designing it herself. Sku-chan is an artist, and
That's
she
cool.
even created
She
some
designed
art for
her
Doki
whole
Plus.
model
I
herself.
couldn't find the original post that mentions that, so you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Also, being an artist, Sku-chan is not famous for her art streams. Even more, I'm not sure if she ever painted live. Her main category is just chatting, but most beloved content by her viewers is her cooking streams.
Do you want the big banana? Yeah?
As you can see, VTubing can be quite versatile, and people with different interests can find the best matching VTuber for them to develop their knowledge in something. In this case, I guess you could learn some new recipes. And you can let me know in the comments what's your favorite meal that you found on Sku-chan's stream.
I never watched her before, so I don't know.
As their main language on streams, but I can quickly mention Blue Nami. She is also Hungarian, and although she has a smaller audience of 26k on Twitch, her model and content are of a high quality, so I decided to include her as well. She is a beluga, and her design might remind you of someone else, but I think it's not a copy-paste, rather a one more decent addition to the sea creature VTubers. Up next, we have another European country, and one of my favorite VTubers. Depending on your country and culture, you may have a very different opinion here, cause both France and Saurai are very distinguished in their own way.
Watch clown streamer. Shut the f up! What is this? Bad dude, because he just said watching with a smiley friend. Ban him! What are you doing here? Get lost! This is not...
Saurai has a very interesting accent, and
that is
people either
aggressive.
Like her country friends or hate it. But since she has 460k followers on Twitch, I think people mostly enjoy it, and so do I. Apart from her accent, she also a type of person with a sarcastic and a bit toxic personality. But honestly, her insults are mostly rational, so I guess if she screams at you, you deserve it. And honestly, if you take a look at some parts of her lore, you
fair
will be
enough.
surprised by such a harsh behavior of her. Cybernetically enhanced bounty hunter from a future timeline, born from an artificial embryo and raised in a brutal and heartless environment, without family or friends. I guess living in France is really tough.
Why would I recommend you to like visit France? Like, if you like World War II,
The way he worded that.
definitely visit France for that.
That was just a part of it. There is much more there, but let's focus on other aspects of her. Her model is quite nice and matches her lore. She also has some amazing figures, but I guess it might be difficult to buy them now, which is quite
A very
unfortunate.
revealing
As for
outfit,
games,
though.
she plays in mini shooters and other dynamic things, in both popular and not quite franchises. And sometimes she has just chatting half IRL streams with Lego, food, or other activities with her hands. She is also an
A lot of
artist
cooking
and creates many
streams on
arts of
Twitch,
her own
huh?
character and
On
some other
Twitch.
distinguished things, like designing the Kimakura for Morika Life. I wanted to find some more French VTubers, but somehow most of them abandoned their channels or have some controversials about them. But maybe just me and I missed somebody. You can write your recommendations if you have your favorite French VTubers except Sauray. And for the final part of today's video, let's discuss Vietnamese VTubers. First of all, I want to mention two VTubers.
That is a very wait, hold on. This video has a very diverse country that was included in this video. First off, you have Japan and USA, which is very common to have in these type of videos. But also, Hungary is from Europe, right? And then France, okay. And then suddenly it came to Asia. I mean, that's cool, you know. He included almost no African country, no Australian. Australia is a continent, right?
And 89k on YouTube. She's an English-speaking VTuber affiliated with Ninja-san, with mostly gaming content with a great variety of it. But she also has different just chatting streams and quite good musical covers that I personally enjoyed a lot. The second VTuber is Kronos Genovius. He's a male Vietnamese-speaking VTuber with 233k on YouTube. I love his choice of games, and overall he has solid views on his lives. I can't say much more about him because I don't know what he's saying, but he looks quite promising.
Fair
his
enough.
debut stream wasn't quite popular, but he's gaining more and more fans and his channel is currently growing, which is a good sign that
he has a really long hair.
He
has a really long hair and a really beautiful eyelashes. If I'm homosexual, I would.
in future. But this is only if we ignore the whale in the room.
First, we must preheat the oven to 300 degrees. And if you're Canadian, fuck you.
I've known Bao for quite a long time, but never watched her. And you know what? Here I was thinking of including her because, you know, she has
that's why he included Vietnamese.
A few clips of her were enough for me to change my mind. She is too American to include her in Vietnamese part of this video, but don't worry, I'll include Bao in one of the future videos. Have no idea what would it be about, because I definitely need some more formats about independent VTubers. Or maybe I'll come up with some solo formats covering only one VTuber in one video. You can let me know in the comments if you have some new ideas, and of course there are many more countries that I'll cover in the second and maybe even third part of this video. You can vote in the comments for the countries you'd like to see, and for today that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed and see you soon in the next one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think Bao the whale is Vietnamese, but I don't think she lives in Vietnam. She's an American citizen, right? I don't know. Don't quote me on this, okay? Yeah, if you include a Vietnamese that it's not living in Vietnam in the Vietnam category, it just doesn't seem very fair. Okay, that's cool. That's it.